I am going to attempt to make a holster for the Sccy using some of this stuff. I forgot what this is. It's really not Kydex, but it's supposedly a little better than Kydex, but it's harder to work with the way I understand it. And I really don't know too much about this gun, so I'm going to take it easy and see what happens. So with that being said, let me heat up some material. And this is a press that I made, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. I've done a video on it already, but let's see how it works. Alright, wow. Let's see what we got going here. I have the gun and the material in there. I just ratchet it down. I don't want to take it too tight, only because I don't know the material that the Sccy is actually made of. Yeah, if it's anything like the high point rifle, that started melting as soon as I put a hairdryer next to it. So I don't want to melt the frame on the Sccy and have to buy another one. So, but that's the way it works. That's basically what it looks like. I've showed it once before. If I was going to use this all the time, I would just bolt this down to a bench, because these are on both sides. But right now I just have them down with the clamps. I've got that rounded to give me an even amount of pressure. And I'm just using straps, tie-down straps. And you just ratchet them as much as you want to ratchet to make it as tight as you want to make it. And basically that's how it works. I'll wait a few minutes and then loosen them up. Top comes off and I'll check it out. So, like I say, I'm using a heavy material. It's a little thicker than I would normally use, and I'm using it on a gun that I'm not too familiar with. So we'll see what happens. Alright, well there we are. Now I didn't tighten up on it too much, like I said, because I didn't know how well the Sccy frame was going to hold up, not knowing what it's actually made of. Because I have seen regular old plastic, toy plastic guns. The high point, the rifle, the 9mm I have, the frame on that, the stock on that will melt if you put a hairdryer anywhere near it. So, you know, where you could take an FN, a Glock, a Smith, you know, and you know they'll melt if you have it on there long enough, but it's not going to just melt up and shrivel like a piece of toy. And that's what I was concerned about. And in this case, it didn't melt. I actually could have made it a little bit hotter, maybe applied a little more pressure to it. However, I think it's got just enough to give me a little retention and do what I have to do. So anyway, let me trim it a little bit and put some, I don't know if I'm going to use rivets or Chicago screws, but let me see what I can come up with. So the press worked. Alright, here's what I got so far. Whoop. Yeah, I got a drill. Okay, hold on. I'll do this again. Here's what I have so far. And what do I do with the gun? Okay, if I can get my ass together, we'll be all set. Let me empty the gun. There we go. Oh, where am I? There we go. Okay. I think it does it. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, it fits. I can grab onto it and pull it out. Once it's on a belt, naturally it'll work a little easier. I do have to make a little adjustment on it though. I'm just going to loosen up on I'm going to actually take this screw out. Where am I? Take this screw out. I'm going to put a little piece of rubber gasket in there and tighten back down on it, so it'll give me a roller as well as a little bit of a tensioner. So, but that's it so far. But what I'm thinking of doing, I have some cordage here. It's waxed and it's tough. You're not going to break it. Cordage, okay. Let me put this down more. There, okay. I am actually thinking about drilling a bunch of little holes with the drill press, and actually using the cordage to hold this together instead of using the Chicago screws. Because then I can also get it a little bit closer, and the cordage will give a little bit as well. So I'm thinking, I mean, this wasn't that hard to do, so if it screws up, I just do another one. So that's what I'm thinking. And I think I'm going to do that now. Yeah, I think so. But that's where we're at so far. I've got the clips to put on the back so it'll fit into the belt. I don't want it in your pants. I don't like, behind the waistband, in the waistband. I like it outside. So I do have some belt clips that'll fit on here that's got the little hook on it so that it won't pull back off the belt. So just a matter of doing that before I finish the gun. Take these off, put some screws through the back, countersink them a little bit so they're not going to touch the gun, and then I shouldn't have any problems. So that's where I'm at. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to drill some holes and take care of that now.